Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining Adele and I. My name is Soila. I'm the founding editor of the divorcemagazine.co.uk. And if you're watching this, it's either on our YouTube channel or you're watching it on our website. Either way, don't forget to subscribe and join the rest of the people who've subscribed and be kept up to date with new videos that we bring out all the time and new posts that we have on the Divorce Magazine. Today we have Adele. And hi, Adele.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Maybe you can tell us or everybody who you are and what you do.
So, what I do is I am the founder of a company called Naked Divorce. So we have a 21-day program that helps people get through divorce. So we focus on professionals and people that are very busy and don't have a lot of time for suffering and grief and pain, and we have a very systematic, structured design with that's pretty holistically designed. So it incorporates health and diet, and it's a change in the way that people approach their healing, and they learn a lot in the process about themselves, about their relationship, and really what it takes to have a great relationship moving forward. The company is, we've got about 6 people that work in it, and from, divorce angels that work all over the world. So sometimes I'm a divorce angel as well, but most of the time I'm kind of, checking in to make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. And, I have a small base of clients that I take care of. Everyone else kind of takes care of the rest, but it's great. Yeah. It's so cool to watch people come in, just suffering and in a horrible, horrible, terrible place, because we've all been in that horrible divorce place, and then just coming out just free and excited, and most of them can't believe it's so quick. Yeah, which I think is what's powerful about it.
It would be really good at the end if you can mention why 21 days. I think that's a lot of, you've had that question, I'm sure, over and over again.
Yeah, loads.
So today what I wanted us to look at was, after going through your website recently, there was one post that actually caught my eye. I mean, there were many, and then there are some that I'm actually going to republish on the Divorce Magazine because they're absolutely brilliant. But there was one particular one, which was the 5 simple steps that will make you happier today. And this is like following on from divorce or separation. So maybe we can look at the 5 simple steps. So where shall we start?
Well, I think, as I've kind of, I think I wrote an article about it, and there's loads of articles out there that have, 5 steps for this, 10 steps for that. And I just kind of thought, well, what are some of the things that we do a little bit differently that, would make that impact? And I think first and foremost, it's like, just understanding that we're not supposed to feel happy all the time. You're not always supposed to be brilliant and happy. And there will be times when you're feeling angry or sad or frustrated or wounded or whatever. And I think, a critical thing is actually not invalidating that emotion in any way. When you actually feel an emotion, give that shitty feeling a name. Actually just say, right, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling, wounded or whatever the story is. Because, emotions are controlled by the limbic system in our brain. And that is, the emotions come about very organically. Like, we can't control the arrival of an emotion. By using language to actually conceptualize it and conceptualize it in a way that you describe what it is, it just gives you that release. I actually feel angry, I actually feel upset. So that's why sometimes when you talk to somebody about how you're feeling, you feel better because you're acknowledging how you're feeling about something. So next time, people feel kind of dragged into a spiral of negativity and all that stuff, they just write down, just get a journal and just write how you feel. Just write it out.
It's better out.
Yeah, it's just out, or sit down with a friend with a cup of tea and just have a conversation about what's happening. I know it sounds so simple, but it really makes a difference just actually saying, this upsets me, this is what's going on, or having it witnessed by writing it down so that people can actually see it in front of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely one of them.
Okay, so that's number one. So it's better out than in.
Yeah.
So that, as it's often said. And and I agree with that, because there's nothing else it does in there but just fester and churn and churn.
Just fester.
Yeah. So what's the second step? I mean,
well, the next one, we can often for myself, when I feel unhappy, or I'm feeling miserable about something, I forget how lucky I am. So perspective is another really important place. It's kind of like realizing how lucky we are in contrast to the rest of the world. So no matter what your problem is, the fact that, you're even having the time to get on a computer and or listen to this or read this, you're in a position where you're a 5% of the entire world population. So the moral of the story is to practice being grateful, gratitude and bringing gratitude for, even if you're feeling unhappy, just having gratitude for something in your life, and identifying, noting down what you're grateful for every single day, so that you have the perspective of how lucky you are in contrast to the rest of the world. Because no matter how bad your life is, no matter the love of your life walked away, you've got all these financial troubles now, there's all these things that are happening that are bad, you're still 95% better off than the rest of the planet. You're better off than 95% of the planet. Yeah. And, I think another thing is other than being, listing what you're actually grateful for, be very specific. Don't just say friends, family, whatever. Just say things like, I'm really grateful for the card that my 5-year-old made for me at school today. Or there was a good text that I received from Sally. The specifics actually gear you into, wow, my life is actually great.
Yeah.
I'm not actually that unlucky.
Great. So gratitude, number 2.
Gratitude.
Number
3 would be to do nice things for other people. I think, again, that perspective, when we're feeling bad and negative, we're so internalized. Everything's very internalized in that way. And I think when you can look outwards and remember, how lucky we are, and do things for other people, do things for people that are less fortunate than you, it gives you a really nice chemical buzz in your body. So little acts of generosity, you run off and make something for your friend, someone's struggling, go and make them a casserole and take it around, or, do their gardening for them, or unexpectedly wash someone's car. Yeah. And it's a little secret, no one needs to know, it can be just something you did, and they're all wondering how it happened, and you're like, that's me, I did it.
That's kind of why they say kindness can be selfish, because it makes you feel quite good, actually, when you do it. You feel good. It really does. So do something for somebody else. Be kind. So that's number 3. What's the next one?
Definitely hugging, and it's not just hugging the people that you love, like animals as well.
I think,
just hugging your cat, hug your dog, actually getting an animal is such a good idea, because, there's so many studies and statistics that have found just having an animal just makes people generally happier. But that physical affection of hugging someone or an animal that you love, it just has such a nice effect on the brain. And we're emotional creatures when, we need to feel and receive love. And, that kind of isolation can sometimes, it can warp our perspective. We can feel, because we're isolated, we're less grateful, we're less in tune with things. Whereas the minute you feel connected to another people, and that physical connection, you then don't feel so alone, and you feel cared for, and even the chemistry in your body changes when you have that physical connection.
Yeah. Right. So hugging. What's the final one?
Well, the final one, often what makes people miserable is when we feel at the effect of our life. It's like, oh, all these things are happening to me. I'm sitting here and I don't like the job that I'm in, or I didn't ask for my husband to run out on me and be with another woman. Just things where we feel out of control in various aspects of our life. Mm-hmm. And that feeling that we don't have choices, or the feeling that we are powerless in various situations. Now, often what restores happiness in that vibe is to start taking control of your life in some way, shape, or form. And we do that really by making some decisions. Yeah. making some decisions, but taking it further and actually acting on it. So it's like saying, I'm unhappy about something here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a decision and take charge of something and go and do something about it. Tomorrow I'm going to actually, I don't like the way this living room is sorted out. So what we're doing is we're chucking out all the furniture. We're going to reshape everything and repaint all the walls.
Yeah.
That's it. I've made the decision. We're doing that. And by taking that action, you're moving things to a positive energy rather than that stuck energy that you've been stuck in. So I think that's one of the things that's really critical is keeping things moving. When you get into a spiral of unhappiness and you indecisive or you feel at the effect of something, you're kind of getting sucked into that negative place, and that doesn't really help.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I changed my room around the other day because I was so fed up the way it looked, and I was so happy. And I thought it would take me forever, but it didn't. It was just moving things about. And when my daughter came home, she was like, "Oh, Mama, I love your room." So it doesn't even have to cost you any money. It's just, like you're saying, keep moving. I like that very much.
And even, just a different color, just one wall. You don't need to go and repaint your whole house or have a drama about it. Just like bring some color into your environment. But I think the key is just make a decision. Stop sitting there being stuck and whinging about it. Like, just do stuff. Do something.
Adele, if anybody wanted to find you and get to know a little bit more about you, where can they do that?
Well, on our website, nakeddivorce.com, you have there's loads of options of ways to getting a hold of us. They can email us, they can book a call, they can, and most of the time, if they want to talk directly to me, they just need to say, I want to talk directly to Adele, and, my team will make sure that they can set up a call or a meeting or something. And, I'm very interested in speaking directly to people. I want to know, how people are doing, and, it might be that I'm a little bit busy in one week and we can do it in the next week, but I definitely, they can just email me and they can just have a conversation. So I think that's the easiest. And then, we have Facebook and social media, but sometimes, even sometimes on social media, I'm not very good at Twittering. Like, I'm not, being on there all the time. So I think just the contact through the website's the best.
Is the best. Okay.
Yeah.
So why 21 days?
Well, what we actually found when, I'm a trauma therapist, and we found that in a lot of the traditional trauma therapies, there's three-stage approaches, the way that you have with the naked divorce. We want to make sure people are stabilized, and then there's the work that they need to do to heal from the trauma that they've had, and then they need a kind of a re-entry program where they have to reintegrate with their old life and reshape things for their new life. And what we found with all of these kind of steps is it does take the brain 21 days to rewire habits. And that's a kind of minimum period of time that we can be doing something to actually rewire our brains in a different way. Now, with the naked divorce, what people are doing is they're doing quite a lot of things all the time. Like, they're working on their diet. They're changing. They have very, structured routine every single day. They're thinking about things in a particular way. They're working on the ethics all the way through. They're doing declarations. They're doing hypnotherapy. There's a lot of stuff happening all the time, and it becomes momentum. So after 21 days of doing that over and over again, they just have this massive breakthrough. At some stage during the program, it's like popcorn. Like, so some people are like day 7, they've exploded and they're super excited, or it's day 11, or day 9 is probably when everyone explodes the most. But and I mean explode in a good way. They get super excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So I think, what we found is it's just an ideal period of time. And of course, our type A people are like, 21 days, and they want to get it done in 11. And then the other people are a little bit, they take their time, and, it's not a race. Yeah. But I think it just kind of, most of the people sort of get it done between 21 and 23 days.
Fantastic.
It's kind of the rough time.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Adele.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us. That was brilliant. And I will let you know how it goes with everybody coming to visit, to watch the video. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I was with Adele Theron. If you want, is it Theron or Theron?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I remember we had this discussion at some point.
I think the actress is all, everyone in Hollywood calls her Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
So I'm used to it now, but it depends.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. So don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and go to the website and see a lot more stuff that we have on there. A lot of interviews, both about the legal side of divorce, the emotional or the well-being side of divorce, and also about children. We deal a lot with children and divorce. So do visit us and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.